Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sonya Maya, and today I want to talk about spicing things up in the bedroom. I've been hearing so many clients of mine and friends of mine and just from society in general that once you get married and settle down and the honeymoon phase fizzles out, sometimes the spiciness fizzles out as well, if you know what I'm saying. So how can you kind of bring that excitement back into the bedroom? Here's 3 tips, and make sure you watch until the end of the video for the best tip, of course. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. First thing I want to talk about in terms of spicing things up is incorporating dirty talk in and out of the bedroom. Let me explain. I'm talking about that flirtatious foreplay, whether it's via text, because if you didn't know already, foreplay is any kind of activity or behavior that you participate in with your partner that causes that anticipation and that desire. So it could be letting your partner know like what you want to do to them. Remember when I did that thing? I'm trying to do that to you later. That kind of thing is flirtatious foreplay that can really bring up the spiciness and the anticipation of that smexy time. Remember when we, oh yeah, I want to do that again. Ask them what they like. So are there certain names that they want to be called that you feel comfortable saying? And then another way to feel more comfortable, because you might actually be like, oh, I don't know if I want to like, let's say your partner wants to be called hotcakes, right? And you feel weird saying hotcakes. That literally just popped into my mind. I don't know why. Maybe I'm in the mood for pancakes. Who knows? I love blueberry pancakes. Anyways, back to task, Sonia. You might want to, while you're on your own, you know, doing self-care down there, you know, maybe say hotcakes like, ooh, do that to me again, hotcakes, or something like that while you're on your own and pleasing yourself, because the more that you say it out loud, you'll psychologically feel more comfortable saying it with somebody present, such as your partner. Tip number 2, change your routine. What I mean by that is if you tend to have sex in the morning, start having sex at night instead. Dr. Ruth says, and I've said this many times in my content, the best way to start off the day, wake up, have some coffee, have some breakfast. If you eat breakfast, get back into bed and, you know, do the dang thing. Then, you know, better mood, better energy, less stress, all of those benefits of having sex in the morning. I really do think it's a good way to start your day. And if you're single like me, then, you know, on your own, because we don't actually need anybody with us to have sex, which you already knew, but I just wanted to remind you. You want to make an effort to spice things up and have sex differently. Let's say you always have sex in the bed. Try having sex in the kitchen, on the couch, in the shower. If you want to be spontaneous and adventurous, maybe outside. Of course, somewhere that you won't get caught because that's illegal, but you know what I'm saying. For a lot of people, they do want it to be less predictable. However, I know I'm contradicting myself. However, I do believe that sex dates are also really beneficial. Dr. Tammy Nelson, who is this sexologist who I saw her do a really cool presentation back in, I think it was 2020 or 2019, something like that. She was talking about how important it is to incorporate sex dates into your routine, because sometimes you get really busy with our own things going on and then we forget to prioritize that time with our partner. So add it to your schedule and add some spicy, spontaneous sex as well. And then I want to say also, you want to try new sex positions. Let's say you always do missionary and doggy. You can research new sex positions. There's plenty of games out there that you can play. Try something new, because I really do believe that people get bored by doing the same thing over and over. And if it's not communicated and it's not changed, then there's not much that's going to be fixed in that scenario. Tip number 3, share your fantasy with your partner if it is a fantasy that you feel comfortable sharing and if you have a healthy relationship. Some people are more insecure than others. If it's a certain fantasy that you really need to keep down, deep down, like you're fantasizing about your ex. You know, sometimes these things happen, we're human, and it's not really in our control. Like if we have a sex dream about somebody that we used to be with, or if it's like a celebrity, you might not want to share that with your partner. Research has shown that you're more likely to have a better sex life if you're able to discuss your fantasies. And this doesn't even mean you have to act them out. Of course, the research shows that if you're able to discuss your fantasies with your partner, like, oh, well, I want to have a threesome, and act it out, then you're more likely to be sexually satisfied if there's good communication and all these other good components of a relationship in terms of healthiness. However, just the talking about the fantasy and being able to open up to your partner is really what spices things up. I made a more detailed video on fantasies back in 2020. Here's a little clip from it as a reminder. This is a 2020 Sonya rewind. That people that were able to act out on their fantasy with their partner and disclose it, of course, I mean, they tell their partner about it and they were able to act it out, they had the highest rates of sexual satisfaction, which makes sense because you're able to communicate with your partner, so it's more relationship satisfaction, and relationship satisfaction and sexual satisfaction go hand in hand, and being able to act on it is great. And for people that weren't able to disclose their sexual fantasies, they didn't have as good of relationship and sexual satisfaction. Yeah, that was me in 2020. Here I am still making content for you, maybe not as consistently, but you know, a girl's finishing up her doctorate, so sorry. I've referenced in my dissertation as well, which is about the importance of talking about sex with our clients and just as a community, that sometimes it is beneficial to watch porn with your partner as well, but keep in mind that porn tends to not be realistic. So if you have a tendency to compare your body to other bodies, thinking like, oh my god, like her vajayjay looks so much better than mine, like all vajayjays and vulvas are different. A lot of women in the porn industry get labiaplasties, I think that's what it's called, to make their vajayjay look a certain way. So as long as you're watching porn in terms of knowing that it's not realistic, because you know, some of them are more realistic than others, but however, most of them are acting. Most of them are fake bigos. I do personally believe that porn can be useful in terms of increasing arousal, but it really depends. Like everything in life, it really depends. So if you're very comfortable with your partner and you want to watch some porn together to get in the mood, or maybe, ooh, let's try this new position, that kind of thing, maybe. However, not for everybody. Besides watching porn, one way that might be a little bit less intimidating is listening to erotic audio stories. And speaking of fantasies, a good way to get in the mood or explore these kinds of stories is using Bloom. So let me explain what Bloom is, because this is a really good resource for spicing things up. So if you want to explore your sexual imagination on your own or with a partner, Bloom is a safe space for intimate audio experiences, and they help you dive deeper into your pleasure. You can use Bloom alone or with a partner. They have really good guided masturbation techniques, as well as very explicit stories. Different types of content include Bloom Intimates, plot-based audio stories with multiple characters, Bloom play sessions, so dirty talk and role-playing sessions, guided pleasure sessions for when you're pleasuring yourself or when you're pleasuring your partner. It is a safe space for intimate audio experiences, helping you dive deeper into your pleasure. And Bloom wind down, so relaxation content, so they have meditation, sleep soundscapes. So stay tuned, because before I end this video, I'm going to read one of the stories for you that I found very arousing. And it happens to have a Sonya in it, so stay tuned for On the Edge. All right, so on my lunch break, I decided to come out to my car to read you this short erotic story. Apparently sound is better in the car, so we'll see if that transfers. On the Edge with Sonya and Lizzie. A different Sonya than me. She spells it with a J. But like, let's see how this story makes us feel. God, I love when you're on your hands and knees for me. You look so good, bent over, panting, sweating. Even if you're just assembling our new bed frame, I still love to see you like that. Babe, can you hand me that screwdriver? This one? The Phillips head, yeah. Look at you, my very own furniture builder. I believe they call us carpenters. Whatever it's called, it's impressive. Yeah, well, I've got to get this done by today, or we won't have a bed to sleep in tonight. Sounds like you might be implying that's my fault. I seem to recall a very strong, handsome someone effing me so hard last night that we broke our bed. I plead the fifth. You're playing coy, but last night was good. Like, maybe best ever good. I don't know what it was. For whatever reason, I couldn't get enough of you. I was all over you while you were cooking dinner, trying to distract you, doing those things I knew would get you to pay attention. Like reaching around while you were standing at the stove and putting my hands in your front pockets. I lost it when you turned off the oven, grabbed me by the waist, and carried me down the hall to our bedroom that was so ... incredibly sexy ... And then you pulled out the strap, and yeah, it was a very memorable night, but one that has, unfortunately, left us bedless. You were so deep in me when it happened, your strong arms hovering over me, gripping the headboard. I'm sorry that we had to cut this short, but if you want access to the full story, make sure you check out the Bloom website. You can listen to a sample of every story for free on the website. If you want to upgrade to premium, you can use the code SONYAMAYA for up to 60% off all of the stories. I hope you like this video. Please share your thoughts below on your favorite way to spice things up, and make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching.